hybrid landscape. It's extremely well functioning in terms of biodiversity at twice the background levels, but of course there's a mix of plants. There's natives, there's reeds, blackberries and willows. Obviously we need to manage the blackberries and willows, but at the moment they're pioneering species, they're holding the system together. We're standing in a forest of willows. These willows, common salix basket willows, were planted here decades ago to stabilise this part of the river. So the government sponsored willows, and they've done a good job of holding this part of the riverbed together. However, they are a monoculture. We would like to see more wildlife in here. So one idea would be to slowly cut these back and feed them to livestock or use them in weirs, and then allow more native vegetation to come in. So native vegetation is working its way into this system, but we shouldn't remove the willows at the risk of destabilising the system.
Further down, this goes into a gorge for a couple of kilometres and comes out the other side, and it's all natural vegetation in there, and you could count the number of willows on one hand. So they haven't spread, in our experience, they haven't spread at all because they didn't need to, because it's intact and the system is environmentally alive and sustainable and resilient. You can see how high these blackberries were behind you. We didn't spray those blackberries. That's the change in the system. The blackberries don't need to be there anymore, so they're dying out, and that's the natural progression. So we don't need to come in and spray stuff and kill things, because it's all there for a reason. This is not engineering like all they used to do. These structures are not designed to stay here for 150 years. They're designed to be a continually moving thing, and then the environment takes over and stabilises the system.
It's clear that the willows have gotten a bad rap. They were planted over 100 years ago in most of the ways, partly to ensure that water was moving in an appropriate way around farms, and then suddenly got this thing where they had to be all cut down because of the weed. It was an introduced weed. Unfortunately, there was nothing at the time to replace them, and so once you cut something down, unless you have a succession already in place, so that you planted something to prevent erosion or other things, you're going to have a much greater effect. I'm in favor of keeping the willows around. I could find no effect of them on any of the invertebrates we looked at.
There's nothing bad about them. You know, we can't find anything bad about these plants. And so then you've got a whole national campaign on demonising something that's really hard when you look at the science to find anything bad about it.
You must understand the function of each plant that you're dealing with rather than its origin. We've got so much knowledge about companion planting and all, we don't have this knowledge about what's the hydrology. No one talks about it. So we can take away these simple messages. Once we know the hydrology and we put more and more plants in, we get greater and greater efficiency.
Thank you.